Hello, everyone. In this session, we're going to talk about the management accounting budgeting. This is one of the AQS 16 practice paper from the AAG website. I'm going to look at some question from this paper. So let's look at quickly the overview. So you can see we have 2 hours, 30 minutes for the exam, and we have to answer 8 tasks. So 8 questions in 2 hours, 30 minutes. Next exam will be the combination of the writing task and some calculation part. So it will be the mixing up with both the writing and the variance analysis and data analysis, the forecasting. So it will be the mixed question. All right, so let's have a look. Our first question, what do you have here? So if we start the assessment, the first question you will get from this data analysis. So you need to look at this question. In the final exam, you're going to look at exactly the same question. So they will tell you some data and you have to tell what is the appropriate source. So from where you can get this information that is relevant for this data. So let's read this question. It says you are gathering budget information for the company for which you work. Match each item of budget data with the appropriate source. To show each answer, click on a box in the left column, then click on a box in the right column. To remove a line, click on it. So if you like to remove any link, you have to remove it by clicking on that line. All right, so the first one we have here, we can see that is current pay rate for your company staff. So any pay rate, anything relevant to the payment is a link to our payroll record. So click there and click here, so it will link up. So it will show like any information I need that is related to the employee or the company staff payment, it will be getting from the payroll record, number one. Competitor price. So if I like to know the competitor price, how the other people selling, for example, if I want to know how much a bag of tomato sell in Tesco and how much the same bag of tomato is sell in Asda or Sainsbury. So I can basically do some internet search. So I can look at online to find out the competitor price. So it's the internet search. Retail price index for the country in which we operate. So every country, they have a statistics. This is one of the government organizations. So in UK, we called it ONS, that is Office for National Statistics. So if you need any data that relevant to RPI, that is Retail Price Index, you can get from there. So you called it government statistics, example ONS, that is Office for National Statistics in UK. The next one we have here is as a budget accountant, you require information in order to complete the task below. Match each task with the individual or group that you will need to contact for information. To show each answer, click on a box in the left column, then click on a box in the right column. To remove it, click on it, okay? So we have here, the first one, we have agree planning assumption for budget preparation. Remember that anything that is relevant to the budget preparation for accepting the budget or accepting the proposal of the budget, this is the budget committee, they do it. So when you prepare the budget, after that you have to submit for approval to the budget committee. And budget committee have the power or authority to approve it or decline it. So once you have anything, you have to submit for the approval to the budget committee. Explain a labor efficiency variance. Labor always work under the production manager. Remember that. So for the labor efficiency variance, it could be favorable, it could be adverse. So you need to speak to the production manager. Draft the direct labor cost budget. Now, direct labor cost is a link with the production manager, also the human resource manager, because the direct labor work on the production department and the cost means is linked to the human resource manager because the HR knows how much is the cost for which employee. Propose budget pay rates if you want to increase the rate for the budget, and then you have to speak to the human resource manager. So any proposal relevant to the budget pay rates is always has to be contact with the human resource manager. All right, the next one we have here, select the appropriate accounting treatment for each of the following item. Now we can see the allocation or appropriation or reapportionment. You have done this thing on your level 3. So if you don't remember, you can quickly refresh your memory. You can read once again. But here it is a very much precise question. You have to just say what is linked with what. Preparing plan for the factory extension. So if you have a plan for the factory extension, remember that factory is a capital expenditure. Factory extension is a capital expenditure. So it is capitalize and depreciate over useful life. So any sort of factory we have to capitalize it on our balance sheet or on the financial statement, and after that we have to depreciate it over its useful life. Repair to sales office furniture. So sales office, if there is a furniture on the repair on the sales office, that means sales team is relevant to the marketing. Remember that. So this is directly allocated to the marketing overhead. So allocate, not apportion, allocate to the marketing overhead because this cost belongs to marketing department. Raw material uses, direct labor, direct wages, this sort of thing, always direct cost. So direct cost, production labor, even it is overtime, but still it is a direct cost. Remember that unless the quotient said overtime will be treated as a indirect cost, but if the quotient don't mention anything, always think it is for a specific job, and that case the overtime pay is also direct cost. Product advertising is relevant to the marketing, so it will allocate to marketing overhead. Replacement of production machinery again, so if there is a machinery, it is a fixed asset, so you have to capitalize it and depreciate over the useful life. The next one, we have select the appropriate term to match the following description. Collecting data about a proportion of the items in the population to indicate the characteristics of the whole population. That means you have a chance to pick the correct one from the whole population. For example, in a book, we have 100 pages. So we have a chance to pick any one. So this one is called sampling method. We called it sampling. And there is a lot of different type of sampling. We can have a regular interval sampling. After, for example, I want to see every 10 page, I want to look at number 11. So every 10, I look at the next one. So I do the sampling, or it could be a random sampling. So I want to just pick randomly anything to check like everything is correct. For example, out of 100 file, if I check 10 files from there, and if I see 90% is correct, that means I understand all these 100 file, if I check, it will be 90% correct. So sometimes it is not possible to check every single item of the expenditure or any other entity. And that time the company do the sampling, and sampling, based on the sampling result, they give a decision like based on our sampling, we believe this percent is correct, this person is incorrect. The next one we have for the forecasting. So it said the budget committee has now set volume growth and pricing assumption for the year 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the form of in this complete the sales revenue forecast. So we can see the question give us few information. So the question give us year 1 to year 5. and they gave us sales volume index and also sales price index. So we have a sales revenue. So at year one, the price is 384. So they give us 384. So, and then after that, we have to look at what is the increase from 1 year to next year. So sales volume index shows on first year is 140, and the next year it is 148, then 152, then 156, and 160. So 1 year or year one is our base year. So from here, we need to look at how much is increasing every year from year 2 to year 5. So for example, year number 2, if I look at from 140, it is increased to 148. So we said 148 minus 140. So it is increased by 8. And divide with the base year. And the base year is always 140. Remember that? So 140. So we can say actually how much it is increasing. 8 divided to 140. And plus 1, always plus with 1, because it will show how much it is increasing. So it is 1.057. So it is increased by like 0.57%. So if we multiply whatever we have the result with this one, 384,384, and that will give us the result. So times by 384,000, and that gives me 4059, 42.8. So 4059, 42.8, we can make 43 because they said the whole number 43. So we said here 405943. And we do the same thing for the next year. So from 140, it is increased to 152. So how much it is increasing? So 152.6 minus 140. So increase by 12.6, divide with 140, and then we plus 1 and multiply by the same thing, that is 348, 384. So 12.6 divide 140 plus 1. The reason we plus with 1 because we want to see how much it is increased. Then multiply by 384,000, that gives me 418560. 418560. 418560. Same way do for the year 4, 140 to 156. And that will give us 4278. 4278. 86. And finally 140 to 160. So we can see it's increased by 20. So 20 divide 140 plus 1 times by the 384. And it will give us 438857. That's it. The next one is the expected price increase. That's the price index. So you can see it's increased by from 112, increased by 115. So let's do that. So 112 to 115, so it's increased by 3. So 3 divided by 112. And again, plus 1. And multiply by the year 2 forecast. So year 2, we have 405943. So let's have a look how much we have here. So 3 divide 112 plus 1 times by 405943. And that will give us 416816. 4168 and 16. 416816. The next one, same thing for year 3. So increase from 112 to 120. So 120 minus 112, that is 8. So 8 divide 112 plus 1 times by for year 3, it is 4159 and 43. So let's do that. So we have 8 divide 112 plus 1 times by 415943, and that gave us 44,565.3. So we said for year 3. So let's double check this one. So we have year 3 from 112 to 120. So this is 8 divided by 112. So 8 divided by 112 plus 1 times by year 3, that is 41. Sorry, this is not year 2, so it has to be multiplied by this one, year 3, 41868560 times by 418560, and that will give us 448457. 448457. And here 4, same thing, 112 to 125. So how much it is? 125 minus 112, 13, increased by 13. So divide by 112 plus 1 times by this one. That is 427886. 427886. So that will give us 13 divided 112 plus 1 multiplied by 427886. That gives me 477551. So 477551. The last one is 5093 double X same way. All right, this question is very common in the exam, so make sure you practice well to understand it, and more you practice, will be more happy to answer this question, and will be more faster in the exam. So the next session, we'll try to do our next question number 2, and we'll carry on. Thank you for watching.